Well, welcome to LAP Hockey Centre in Auckland for what promises to be a hockey extravaganza here in the Secondary School Nationals finals. We kept coming up here, the bronze medal match between Auckland Diocesan for girls and St Margaret's College of Christchurch. It's a special welcome. I'm Lincoln Churchill, and a special welcome to Chris Arthur, who's alongside me.
Yeah, great to be here today, Lincoln, especially with these two teams, both of which I have actually coached at Fed Cup for finals, so great to be here.
Very good, very good. And were those for wins?
Well, we had two runner-up times with Diocesan, and I had one win with St Margaret's.
Very good. Yeah, that's what they say. Sometimes you have to lose a final, win a final. Shame it wasn't with the same team there, but all good.
Never mind.
So both these teams have had pretty successful weeks leading up into today's game. Obviously, both losing in the semi-finals yesterday, meaning that's why they were in the third and fourth playoff. But take nothing away, it's been some strong performances this week. So it was an all-Christchurch clash yesterday between St Margaret's College and Christchurch girls.
And interesting, when you look at the Christchurch results that they've had all year, I think Christchurch girls actually drew the third and fourth playoff, and St Margaret's ended up in the final where they lost to Villa. So interesting.
Yeah, I think it might have been Rangi actually they lost to in the final of that. So it was, but yeah, and then Rangi obviously a little bit further down today. They played off with another Christchurch school, St Andrews, for 7th and 8th. Just shows how tight it can be at this level. Not much separating the teams, and sometimes it just comes down to on the day. So.
Yes, and good to see the old Auckland rivals yesterday in the semi-final too, St Margaret's and St Cuthbert's. I mean, Diocesan and St Cuthbert's, they go back a long way, always being steady rivals.
They do, and it's always good in a way to have a final which from two different regions, so in some ways a good result for hockey, a good old traditional battle of Auckland and Canterbury in both of these games today. So the coaches just give their final instructions. I noticed Diocesan actually running into the ground with 20 minutes to go before the match, and then scrambling around behind. So, not sure whether their build-up was affected by Auckland traffic, but they look pretty organised now, which is good.
It would have all been part of the plan. All part of the plan, Lincoln.
Sometimes it is a strategy to deliberately put the players under some stress, see how they respond.
Well, Diocesan have certainly got a couple of good coaches out there with Sam Houston, who played Auckland NHL, and also Kieran O'Connor, who's been part of the New Zealand Black Sticks men's development squad. So looking forward to seeing what they're going to produce today.
Yeah, and Kieran O'Connor, as well as being an experienced hockey player, is also, he and his older brother are dead ringers for Steve Adams, so he's got a big shoes to fill.
And I see St Margaret's have also got Black Sticks development players, and with Leah Butt, their assistant coach today, and Rachel McCann is obviously away at the moment with the Black Sticks team in Australia, hoping to qualify. So they've got some pretty good coaching personnel in the teams. And
also lesser known fact about their coaching staff, Sanj over there was one of the fortunate souls to take a one-handed catch during the Cricket World Cup. In a Tui shirt, so he doesn't need to coach for the money. He's living off the royalties of that. So maybe if there's a ball coming off the turf, we'll see the mitt come out again. Team shaking hands. Beautiful sunny day here in Auckland. There is a cloud in the sky, but no real threat of rain, which is always a blessing in the city of sails.
And now I see St Margaret's have got one replacement in Molly Doherty, coming up from having won a silver medal in the second 11 the Chris Arthur Cup, and she's replacing the injured Emily Surridge today. Amelia.
Yeah, disappointing for young Mezzy Surridge, good young player, unable to participate in today's third and fourth game. But good for Molly Doherty to get a little run, with the first 11 here.
So what are you expecting out here today, Lincoln?
Yeah, I'm thinking, from what I've seen of these teams this week, which hasn't been a great deal to be fair, but St Margaret's have a very nice patterned all-round sort of game. And so I think we'll see that they'll try and establish themselves just trying to establish a bit of pattern in the match as they get into things. Diocesan have that as well, but they're a little bit more direct in the way they play. They've got a few key individuals that tend to dictate a lot of play. So I certainly think you'll see Diocesan really taking it at St Margaret's, and maybe St Margaret's just playing with that sort of patience that Canterbury teams are renowned for.
Okay, we're underway.
Direct overhead there, Diocesan just throwing it down, saying, St Margaret's, you have a go with it, and we'll try and take it back off you. Strategy that's paid off here as they almost make the first circle entry of the match. Ball sails harmlessly over the baseline. Be interesting to see here as we start the first reset of the game from the back, and just have a look at how aggressive Diocesan are going to be.
Yeah, they're going to get in their face by the look of them. Interesting, there's a lot of experience in the St Margaret's team, with 11 of them in year 13. So I don't think they'll be rushed into making silly errors early on. They'll have that experience.
You're right, that's a very high number of year 13 students. That's always got to count for something. Just pick up on the sideline there, Diocesan regather possession. St Margaret's with good numbers, but it's a nice little infield break.
Yeah, they certainly have got numbers back there on defence. Oh, could have been. Good attempt.
Very good ball across the circle there, and nearly caught St Margaret's napping.
Yep, I love those speculators. When they come off, they look fabulous.
Diocesan, the early territory here. Fantastic chance for Lulu Fullerton earlier there, and there's the corner. Nicely worked in there, just finding the foot just on the inside of the circle, and Diocesan here with all the early play, looking to try and make that count on the scoreboard.
Nice pull out. Yeah, good layoff. And
I get hold of that one on the rebound, but yeah, well worked corner. The good old-fashioned Collier Trophy 1-2, an oldie but a goodie, nearly paid off there for Diocesan. Again, very high press here from the Dio girls as they look to try and just unsettle St Margaret's.
Yeah, and they've given the ball away, so they're back on defence.
Sophie Calder at the back, just trying to. Nice technique on the deceptive sweep there, but it just didn't quite find its mark. St Margaret's looking to try and get out of their half here. Judy Plunkett, the skipper, weaving some magic in the middle of the field. And
it's a good ball. We've got here's St Margaret's coming, bit of speed there, number 15, coming up for support.
Good little pick up from Molly Leckie on the left-hand touchline there, and did pretty well coming into the circle. A little bit 3D skill, but it's well defended in the end. Nice overhead out from Dio, straight back at St Margaret's.
Oh, lovely ball through. Oh, desperate defence, but this... Oh, what a great shot and great clearance from St Margaret's.
Yeah, it's Lucy Ballantyne there on her reverse stick, and here she's taking a quick free hit and running it in, looking for a corner, and she won't get a penalty corner. She'll have to settle for a long corner. Lucy Ballantyne, a member of the New Zealand under-18 squad last year and this year, one of Dyson's key players.
Lovely ball through. Oh, yes, and they've got another corner. Nicely worked, Dio. At the moment, it's one-way traffic.
It certainly is, and it's just that'll be just a little bit worried for Sanjay when he gets into his quarter-time team talk. I'm sure he'll be just wanting to try and get his girls doing a slightly better job of marking, like they've just Dyson have been able to find some of those longer passes a little too easily. Second penalty corner of the match, Dyson.
Oh, nice shot from Izzy Gill. And another corner. It's good to see them get a first-time shot away, because a lot of teams don't get that first-time shot away, even though it was a little bit direct.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a little bit of a cardinal sin, isn't it, when you're a penalty corner, to not actually get the ball going at the goal at some stage.
Ooh.
Making a deflection.
Yep.
Margaret's a little bit slow to organise here, and Dyson will get another chance to crack that. And again, the ball finds the stick.
Way too much room in the circle that St Margaret's are giving up, allowing their defence to come through and add numbers from the attack, and they do need to organise a little bit earlier.
Sure, I mean, it's a little bit unusual, that one. It was sort of quite a good opportunity to deflect that into the goal, but the body position was a little bit in the wrong spot there. It was out of Ballantyne on the end of that one.
Oh, nice bit of skill. Very nice. And
great run by Fullerton there.
A little bit mucky.
Fulton, I should say. Fullerton. Good little run along the baseline. Working magic.
Yeah, great work from Dio.
Well, it certainly has all been one-way traffic, and the difficult part for us in the commentary box here is that Dyson are attacking the end that is into the sun. So at the moment, not getting any reprieve from the glint coming off the hockey turf here.
Yeah, well execute. Ooh, interesting. Good defence from St Margaret's, coming out aggressively from off the post.
Yeah, St Margaret's, Sophie Calder there, and the skipper for, as we look on the replay here, and looking for that ball back to the injector, but, Sophie, she obviously knew that was coming and has literally eaten it for breakfast. Good strong defence from St Margaret's. Surridge just working the ball out.
So these two teams met in the pool play, with Diocesan coming through with a victory in that, and they're certainly coming out confidently today.
Well judged by the referee. That came off her own stick into her body, so correctly awarded to St Margaret's. Yep, strong. I mean, you know, if you're one of the other two teams that was in their pool, you know that you had a tough draw when the two teams in it are playing off for third and fourth. Pretty tough bickies for the other two teams that were sitting in there, which I think was Queen Margaret. No, it wasn't Queen Margaret College, it was Otumoto College. And some other victim. Certainly, the first 10 minutes of this match, it's not looking like there's going to be a reversal of that first round result, as another opportunity.
Yes, so the other poor team in this pool was Hillcrest High School.
High School. And Hillcrest High School coming into the tournament perhaps would have seen the writing on the wall there, but for them they've actually done pretty well. They've managed to retain their spot in the national tier this year, winning their crossover match in shootout, I think it was, to stay.
Oh, that's a nice... Oh, here we go, another corner. Certainly sustained pressure now on the St Margaret's defence. Can they keep it out another time?
It's one of my pet hates as a coach there, where one of your own players hits one of your other players on the foot with the ball when trying to clear it. Just sometimes it can happen. It's pretty unfortunate. So a little bit of a gift here from St Margaret's to Auckland Diocesan. Can they make, it's supposed to be about their fifth penalty corner, can they make it count?
Oh, just pulled it wide.
Isabella Gill, she's certainly got hold of it though. Jeepers, that was hit hard. Oh dear.
Straight back to the opposition. And here come Dio again. Oh, lovely pickup.
What's the referee going to do here? She'll come.
That's
probably pretty well done. It was
no danger. Yeah, they're certainly putting that defence under pressure. Something's going to give soon.
Yeah, well, as I said, they may have only got out of their vans about 15 minutes before the match, but they've certainly come ready to play.
No whistle, carry on.
It's one of those situations where just at the moment that tackle happened, there was a whistle on the other turf, and players thought that might
Yeah,
have
that's a nice tackle. Oh.
Valentine trying to weave a match. Good defender from Sophie Calder. Good defending there.
Interesting, everybody's at that stage was on one side of the field, one half of the field. There was nobody in the St Margaret's attacking end, apart from the goalie for Dio.
They're certainly well and truly camped here at the moment, St Margaret's, in their own half. This is Miska Chiswell putting a bit of pressure on here, and does a good job.
Hey.
Much to the appreciation of the crowd. It must be just about every St Margaret's parent in the school up here supporting. A lot of.
Yeah, they certainly have a proud tradition of following the team around the country for their tournaments. It's, that support is very, very good.
St Margaret's enjoying for the first time in the match an opportunity to have the ball and have the ball relatively close to the attacking half of the field, although they've just thrown it over the sideline, unable to.
Yeah, interesting, relying on that reverse again, like just put it on the forehand and she would have had a lot of time to give a nice easy pass.
Dyson were actually holding back quite a bit there, and probably didn't need to really be forced by St Margaret's. It's a good little spin. St Margaret's minute 20 remaining in the first quarter.
Yep.
And jeepers.
They'll be pleased to have that quarter break, I think. Certainly at the moment, the intensity is all coming from Dio, and St Margaret's need to pick up the pace if they're going to compete.
Certainly is. That was a real speculator from Calder there, throwing the ball back, not realising that.
Okay, and here we go again. Got players in behind, running. If we can get the ball through.
Graham Williamson, so she's another national under-18 player.
And a great ball across.
Well, St Margaret's going to first circle entry of the match, and it was quite a threatening one.
That's the thing, it only takes one, doesn't it? Here we go. We're in. Oh, I think.
That was a good bit of skill from Chiswell there, but she's sort of a little bit clipped and taken a nasty fall there.
I'm not sure whether she hit her head when she fell.
Replay here, and the end result is she's ended up falling down like a sack of potatoes.
And there's the quarter time whistle, so they've got one chance, and be against the run if they can put this in.
These are the ones that really sting when you're Auckland Diocesan. You've had all the play, about 5 or 6 penalty corners at the other end, all the opportunities. This one goes in for St Margaret's. You go into the quarter time just thinking, what more do we need to do? St Margaret's going to load the circle, knowing that play will be over once the corner is finished.
Oh, nicely defended. Well done. Good low body position there from the Diocesan defender to keep it out, and we go into the quarter break, 0-0.
It certainly was well read. They knew what was going on there.
So what advice would you be giving if you were the coach out there, Lincoln?
Well, I would be, if I was the Diocesan coach, there's not much I'd really be giving. I'd maybe be just having a bit of a look, so we just see a little replay of that last corner, and they were looking for that right deflection, but Auckland Diocesan also very aware of that and cleared safely. Yeah, if I was Auckland Dio, I'd be I would have been having a good look at how St Margaret's are running on their corners and just trying to give a couple of options that they might look at to try and break the deadlock. But yeah, I'd certainly, the more colourful team talk should be coming from Sanjay for St Margaret's, because really his side at the moment is not playing that much hockey. They've been put under pressure. They've been a bit frazzled. They the real message would be just to calm down and start looking for some nice, easy passing options and start helping each other get the ball out of their own end and start to climb their way back into this match.
Yeah, and there's that fine line, isn't there, between having everybody back in defence to try to work it out and actually just backing themselves and playing with a bit more intensity. Because at the moment, they're second to the ball. Dio's getting in front of every time there's a 50-50, Dio's beating them to it, and that has to change if they're going to compete.
Yeah, certainly. And also, as you say, defensively, they're just able to find players all too easily at the moment, Diocesan, which is just making it a little bit tough.
It is amazing what a quarter break can do, though, that sometimes it comes out and looks like a whole different team comes out, so I'll be interested to see what they bring.
Yeah, it's certainly one of the interesting dynamics with the change in the game, moving to quarters a few years ago. It certainly has meant that teams that are down and out or not looking so good can change their momentum a little bit, as opposed to when it was just two halves.
Yeah, it's those magic jet planes.
I think it could have something to do with all this. Owen Ballantyne, this is the Diocesan captain. Yeah. A lot of arms and legs playing around over there, and it's a sideline ball for Diocesan, starting as they finish with 10
Dio in the attacking half.
So just trying to break out here. It's pretty well defended by Chiswell. A little foot there, it goes unnoticed.
Nice ball.
From Lucy Roberts. Meg James just sitting up on the free hit here for St Margaret's. A little pass she's made there.
Yep.
Lively up front, Molly Leckie, getting on the end of that part. Here comes Meg James again, promising.
Nice ball in. Yeah, Dio's up to the task though, and here they go, break out. Oh, well read by St Margaret's.
Lucy Ballantyne now again here for Diocesan. Well picked up by Pia Saraj, and it's now a chance. A little bit messy this phase of the game here, as both teams play a little bit of turnover tennis.
It looks like the end of a long week, doesn't it? There's some pretty tired-looking girls out there.
Yeah, it's certainly.
That's a great ball.
It's a good pass, and it's found Chiswell up front here for a change in the lineup here for St Margaret's, with Chiswell moving up to the front line. She's playing the first quarter in the midfield. Sanjay Ganda perhaps feels that can just get a little bit out of her up front. Isabella Gill. Good job there for Diocesan clearing the ball out.
Oh, here's an opportunity.
Should be a penalty. Oh,
yeah.
Not a penalty corner. Thought that was lifted up off the defender, but he's ruled against Fran Williamson there.
It's good to see both teams moving up and down as a unit, so there's they're keeping that continuity right through the field. Chance to break here. Oh, look at that speed.
Part of like the Red Sea there, and she's
gone all the way.
Long run, and then she's lifted the cross.
Not quite the right option there, but she made some great progress down that side.
Yeah, your comment before, Chris, about this is starting to look, has moments of looking like the end of a long week, and certainly starting to see that there's some tired moments happening on occasions here. It's the opportunity for St Margaret's. Like they may find some success there trying to do that. And we've got.
Oh, there's the first card.
Not exactly sure what that card was for.
Deemed I'm probably playing the person, not the ball. It was marginal, but.
Yep, certainly. Chance. Or is it? Oh, it's not. It was really well done by Dyer there. Just as soon as they could take the free hit, they were off straight at St Margaret's before they had a chance to organise. And pretty good opportunity there to score, set up by Lucy Ballantyne, and they've now earned a penalty corner.
And it's interesting, often when a team gets down to 10 players with one on the bench, how infrequently other teams take advantage of that. So good to see that St Margaret's just straight away. That Dio actually put them back under the pressure.
Yeah, it was good. They got straight at them. So, the penalty corner here. Oh, and now we've lost a player. So
breaking.
Deeming that Chiswell has just left the line early, and that will mean that she has to go to halfway.
So, good chance for Izzy Gill to have a straight shot. One down in the defensive corner.
Certainly opens some space up around the circle here, so it'll be interesting to see whether they shoot this or lay it off. She's going to shoot it.
Oh, same hook shot. Here we go. St Margaret's are off.
Akmar fell on the ball there on the break. She just would have wanted to a little more momentum, forward flow with her receipt there to try and get them going on the counter-attack. Nice overhead. Still with a one player advantage for probably about another minute of the game. Stopping St Margaret's trying to have a go at pressing them though.
Still allowing Dio to get in front and receive that ball really uncontested, aren't they?
That's going to sail harmlessly over the baseline, so we've got a little bit of a rain shower coming on the pitch courtesy of the sprinklers on the other side of the ground.
Don't think the players will mind, and it's a bit hot out there today.
It's cooling mist. Received by Isabella House, and she's
great
little backstick pass down the line.
Great ball. Oh.
Charvel restarting the game on the right-hand sideline for Auckland Diocesan. Isabella Gill on the ball here for, looks like she's going to launch into an overhead. And it's
a nice,
mark.
yeah. Very nice pass. No one in the middle though. Just needed to hold that ball a little bit longer till she had some support up there.
It's the tricky thing when you're the left striker receiving an overhead on the right-hand side of the field. You're probably the player you're actually trying to hit the ball to there. So no one had rotated into where.
Nice pass. It's looking promising. Oh. Good quick thinking. Good quick thinking there from Dio, but St Margaret's are up to the challenge again.
Yeah, it was Olivia Patterson there. She read that situation quite well, and Mafel's been dispossessed by Lucy Valentine, and Sophie Plunkett making another tackle at the back.
I'd just like to see St Margaret's holding the ball a little bit more and giving some possession passes. At the moment, there's a lot of 50-50 ball coming through.
Yeah, well, it was certainly a problem they had in the first quarter, and at the start of this quarter, they actually sort of got that a little bit. They were a little bit better there, but they've got back into a little bit of hot potato hockey here. Back to 11 players now. It's a great pass.
It's a great ball.
A little bit of defending there from Lottie Mendino. Stopping Fran Williamson from receiving that.
Dyer defending pretty.
Puts it in. Good ball from the foul, but only able to find the body of her own player.
Yes. Oh.
Lucy Valentine.
Lovely dribble.
Great skill.
Oh,
it's another one of those.
That one of those you don't like, Lincoln?
Done two of those now. I mean, that one was a slightly tougher one, but it's just that ability to see that coming, to know the ball was being cleared by one of your own players and using the base skill known as jumping. It's one of those things that everyone can do, so it can sail under the feet rather than into them.
So how many corners have we had now? The numbers are getting up.
7, and shot saved. Right. Well, if Sanjay Gander's team wins this game, he will have his penalty corner defence to thank.
So what do you think the umpire might be saying to them there? Just cut out the...
Sure, just a little bit of
niggle, maybe?
Just wanting to calm that down a little bit.
A little bit of off-the-ball stuff they're picking up.
Sinead Ventnor there getting penalised for something we couldn't see off the ball.
There's a wall of Dyer girls to get through there.
Just applying a pressure on Charvel there, but she's able to get out of it.
The Dyer defence is actually doing really well in terms of when they get the ball back, setting up for the next attack. They seem to be very composed back there.
Yeah, that's true. And they're pretty dangerous on the counter, it has to be said. They've got a couple of very good ball carriers on Dyson. And St Margaret's will have to be a little bit mindful of, not open themselves up too much. Jesse Roberts back to her captain, Sophie Calder. And that's pass has gone awry there. Lottie Mendino coming down the field with the ball now.
Nice back pass, yeah.
the moments. I was just not quite sure about that from St Margaret's. The quick free hit was not really an option there.
No, it was
Luckily for them, it bounces over the sideline and they retain possession.
It was just we've had enough of it down here. We want it out.
So they called up a chance to weigh things up here, and nice little pass out to House on the sideline. Isabella House, though, unable to connect with their midfielder.
I think they need to look for the in and out ball because we've lost a number of passes over the sideline here.
Right, being able to set up that next option for the wing half there. Might have been well left by Isabella House. So we're 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Still deadlocked at 0-0. This quarter certainly has been a little more even. Still Dio with some very good opportunities. But St Margaret's will take heart. They have looked more in the game than they were in the first quarter.
Certainly in this quarter, they've had a couple of chances, and it has been against the majority of possession, but they've been good chances. So that can be the changer in a game like this, can't it?
I certainly think as the game wears on a little bit, I do think that St Margaret's will just hopefully for them find a little more control.
Here's a good option.
Here's a little bit more.
Yeah, another corner from Dio. Yeah, it'd be a nice time for them to score.
Yeah, well, on the balance of things, you'd certainly say it would be deserved. But yeah, so far they haven't really looked like putting a corner on the goal. It's not like we've seen the ball whizzing really just past the edge of the posts or.
No, Izzy Gill is definitely connecting well if she can just turn her body around and even aim for the other post, because she's pulled two outside the right post now.
This one could be going somewhere different. Slower drag, and this one's drag.
And
it's in.
Well done. Just took the pace off a little bit and a bit more accuracy, and they got the result they wanted.
Sam Houston will be wondering why he didn't maybe look at using that option a bit earlier, because that looked all too easy.
Dio hit the lead 1-0 through Izzy Gill.
Margaret straight back at them. Story on the ball here for St Margaret's. That was right on half time.
Great to go into the half-time lead with 1-0 up. After all that possession they've had, they now feel they've had some result.
Yeah, certainly deserved for Auckland Diocesan. I think they really had the lion's share of things in the first half, and good to see them being rewarded for that with a goal. Well taken drag flick, and it just was a sort of a bit of a funny one for St Margaret's, because it was actually relatively central, but goalkeeper for St Margaret's sort of leaving her feet, and it just sort of did the old Harbour Bridge over at the end, so it was able to find its way into the goal. She may have been better served by just staying on her feet and trying to kick the ball. We'll see the replay here. Izzy Gill, and see the goalkeeper choosing to go to dive at it, able to go underneath her. So, first half action, 1-0 Auckland Diocesan looking to claim the bronze medal of Federation Cup for 2019. We'll leave you for a few moments to make a cup of tea or a gin and tonic on a nice Saturday afternoon. Back with you for some excellent second half action here.
So the Diocesan team are out there ready to go. St Margaret's just getting some last words of advice before they come out to try to get a goal back or two.
Yep, Diocesan, short and sharp team talk there from the coaches Kieran O'Connor and Sam Houston. They obviously feel like things are going pretty well. Diocesan straight out there and ready to go. And yeah, it is certainly St Margaret's who've got to try and turn the tide of this match around. Quite the way you want to start.
Not the start they wanted. Wow. That was a real chance there from Dio. I think
Bit
she's
of mud wrestling in the circle there, and
she's not happy. She's questioning. I think she thought the ball was stuck in the goalkeeper. But here we go. They've got another chance. Woo. So Diocesan look like they're meaning business. They've come straight back out on attack.
Standing run by Lucy Ballantyne there, and when you thought you'd lost the ball at full stretch, able to just not a reverse stick cross in a very dangerous area. An outstanding play.
She's got a great reach on her, hasn't she?
And she uses it really well, which is the thing that sometimes it can be, sometimes for the taller players, it can be very hard to coordinate all of that. Starting to get a very long distance, the ball is away from the brain, and it can begin to look a little bit like a giraffe riding a bike, but good turnover here.
Oh, you're very dangerous. Here we go, and this looks promising. Can she get it?
It's where you just maybe think a reverse shot, that is a situation where it would have been good. Maybe that's not something in Olivia Patterson's locker there. She tried to spin to the forehand, but by then, Dio just had a little more cover in the circle. That's really the best chance, well, apart from the penalty corner, St Margaret said earlier, that's the first really good chance we've seen them have.
A bit more patience being shown with St Margaret's. They're not giving the ball away, holding it, waiting for the right pass.
Spin from Williamson. Players haven't heard the whistle there, but it has gone. Patterson on the ball here for St Margaret's.
Long corner, came off a Diocesan stick.
Arabella Loveridge there, the goalkeeper for St Margaret's. Sorry, for Diocesan, taking no risks, making sure she covered it well. High ball into the circle.
And it is a goal. I was actually going to say that I wasn't sure that putting a high ball into that congested area was the right option.
Yep, you read my mind as well, Chris. I was just about to make the same comment. What is she thinking here? And it has paid dividends.
Makes it an exciting game now with 1-1.
Molly Leckie, I think, getting on the end of that one for... was Molly Leckie for St Margaret's, and it just followed it in well. Full credit to her. I think... Arabella Loveridge had a time again. She might have just left the overhead because it was no real threat of anyone getting on the end of it initially until it was played at and then sat there for Leckie to make the simplest of finishes.
It's a really nice run from Diocesan again. That's
very difficult skill that, to hit a reverse stick ball so consistently flat along the ground. And Ballantyne certainly proving her worth here for Dyson. Reasonably not so subtle, knocking the ball well away from where the free hit was meant to be taken from.
I'm sure it was an accident, Lincoln.
Yeah, she made it look like an accident, face of innocence, but...
Yeah, we've got... St Margaret's is certainly trying to hold the ball around the back a little bit more, instead of giving that first pass and putting them a bit more in control of what's happening.
They exactly right. And then it's just that last bit there, which is it's almost probably the 77th time we've seen that happen, where that ball from the right half goes straight over the sideline. They're just not quite able to get that next bit. Diocesan doing a good job of just closing the options down from there. There's another press.
This will be interesting. Interesting.
Well, I certainly feel like the umpire has got that a little bit wrong. It definitely was a free hit. It was too physical from Francesca Williamson in the tackle, but so I think a free hit to Diocesan was a fair call there.
I'd like to see the replay and just see
replay coming up, so you can see.
So she's full noise, reaching for the ball. She certainly was going for the ball. There was nothing deliberate in that intent in that.
Really, what's happened is that the Diocesan girl there is just kind of fallen over. I still think a free hit. I think that would have been fair, because I don't think she wasn't quite clean enough, but it certainly wasn't enough of a push to warrant a yellow card, and it's certainly going to hurt St Margaret's. As they lose the most exciting attacking players for 5 minutes, so...
Yeah, as I said though, Lincoln, very few teams can take advantage of being 10 versus 11, so we'll see that if Dio actually have a tactic to take advantage of their numbers.
Come off that a little bit the worst there. It looks like she might have rolled her ankle or something.
Right.
Limping on one foot there. Picked up by Isabella House. Good job holding off the tackle. Mishka Chiswell now.
Oh, nice little dribble, nice good bit of deception, and worked the free hit. Well done.
Well done by Bella Armstrong there. Just great little bit of skill to have. Just a little feint.
Bit of a speculator, but I'll get the long corner.
Bad tactic when that free hit's just outside the 25, so the ball, of course, doesn't need to travel 5 before being played in. It's fallen kindly for Dio, unable to get on the end of the cross. It'll be St Margaret's ball. St Margaret's a little bit of a hurry to get this going, which
is a bit unusual when they're one player down.
A bad tactic to chew up a few more of the seconds where you're down a player.
I guess it shows confidence.
All locked up here at 1-1. 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And here's Dio again, got the ball, so they push people forward now. They'll outnumber St Margaret's at the back, and they can take advantage of it. Still 10 playing 11. A great drive through the middle there, and she's got options.
Izzy Gill, the captain, but well read. Here's Molly Doherty.
Nice work.
Great little first touch for her.
Yeah.
In replacing Amelia Surridge, and she's come on and already made a great little first touch. That'll ease the nerves a little bit. She'll take some confidence from that.
Yes, I watched her yesterday playing in the second 11 Chris Arthur Cup, and she certainly's got some speed to show.
It's a great tournament, isn't it, the Chris Arthur Cup? Like you're not winning Fed Cup, then Chris Arthur Cup's the one you want to be.
Exactly.
Here's St Margaret's with a great opportunity with a player down.
Oh, and
gone into the mix. That's cleared by the keeper. It's play on. Another chance to shoot.
That was a great opportunity. They had players on the deck. If they'd made something of that.
Kate Marfell pushes the ball and it just goes wide. A good little quick push shot from her, and just sneaking past the right. It must have taken a touch, because it's St Margaret's ball. As we see Sophie Calder. St Margaret's ironically enjoying a bit of the run of the play here, being a player down.
Holding the ball well. That was a lovely deceptive sweep shot.
Sophie Calder. She's got that score. Molly Doherty again.
Here she is. She's in the action.
Showing Shantley Garner. She maybe should have been in their team from the start. Oh, it's danger. Oh, but it's just unfortunately.
Nice turn on the ball. And she puts it, ooh.
Molly Doherty
Molly
down
might-
in the circle. I think she's just slipped over. And so, unfortunately, not able to make the most of that opportunity. Izzy Gill getting the game going quickly here. And it's beautifully picked up by Isabella House to win possession back for
Oh,
Margaret.
we have to say that Molly's slotted right into this team. Wouldn't it be great if she could score a goal today?
It would be. Just look to the score, but I notice it's still 9 minutes and 37 seconds left, which I think means the clock might not be working. Got about 5 minutes to go here.
Oh, yes, 5 minutes.
Just,
It's under.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still all even, and
That's it.
Valentine
Oh,
very well defended there. Great defending.
yep.
Gabby McKellar did a very good job picking that pass out. It's a bad ball from Lucy Valentine. But just excellent defending from Gabby, getting goal side, making sure that she's the first one to win the ball if it's going into a dangerous area.
Well, again, just that last pass, throwing it up the line without really looking for an option.
It was a pretty good press by Diocesan, just inviting the ball to the left half
Oh.
and then just giving her nothing. 4 minutes to go here. And Isabella Gill rumming it into the...
Just took us at Margaret's foot, but they didn't see that, so it's play on.
Story doing a great job of acting there, not showing any sign of pain as that ball cannon into her foot.
Oh, here we go.
Fran Williamson back on the park now, so back to 11 players.
And that's
Here
a
she is
lovely,
with
lovely
fresh
run.
legs.
Here she got a reverse shot. Ooh. Dio got a stick in there, but it was a good attempt, and I like the way she carried the ball down on a reverse, so there was no opportunity for Dio to get a tackle.
Well protected. It was Jess Raish, was it? Doing a good job there, getting in the way of the shot, so wasn't able to come to him. So St Margaret surviving the 5 minute period with a player down.
And actually getting back into the game with a lot of possession. They're certainly playing with more confidence.
So they can take a bit of... His team will take a bit of confidence from that.
Good hunting from Dio.
Waller throwing it back. Calder's got to be careful
Oh,
here. Oh.
yep.
Good job by Olivia Dyer, who was alert to the danger there.
But certainly a good attack and good hunting down from the Dio team.
Dyer putting a very aggressive press on here, and McKellar will work to the long handle.
So 2 minutes left in this quarter. And the game score is still 1-1, so anybody's game at this stage.
This is where all the conditioning you've been doing or not doing during the season either pays off or bites you. Both teams will be starting to feel the pinch a little bit here.
It was a very good
Right,
dribble,
guys.
and look at that pickup. Can she get a shot away? Oh, nearly a beautiful ball. Showed a lot of composure there in the circle.
It was sort of interesting, wasn't it? Because she had it on her stick for a while, but St Margaret's were just close enough to make it hard for her to get a shot away. Clear for touch here. No, it's not. St Margaret's had a claim for thinking it was their ball, but turns out not to be. Diocesan with the restart here. Not the best hit we've seen in today's game, and
I think when we talked about tired girls, that's probably one of those times when the fatigue just...
fallen well here for St Margaret's, and oh no, it's taken a foot. So Isabella Gill coming straight up to try and, oh no, I thought she was going to launch the ball forwards, but deciding against it.
Yeah, again, it's... Oh. It's a little bit of wanting out there now. Both teams pretty keen to take the bronze medal.
That's Ventnor again. So she's the one that was cautioned earlier for a little bit of argy-bargy, and it's another little talking to there from the umpire.
It's just passion, Lincoln, that's all it is, just passion.
Yep, and lots of it. Diocesan look to try and launch another attack in the final 7 seconds of this match. They need to try and put this into final 7 seconds of this quarter.
I think we're just about full quarter time, so don't think they're going to have time to get it forward.
So maybe time had been stopped for a moment here, so there might be still a few seconds remaining.
Oh yes, yeah, with that injury and the card, there would have been stoppage.
A bit of time. Overhead coming here from St Margaret's just to clear down into a crowded area, so free hit given to Diocesan.
It's good to see them using the overhead, but it is a skill that can give possession away if you haven't got the ability to put it into the space.
It's just about recognising the time when it can be useful and not, and well defended by St Margaret's. Also, she's setting up to be a cracker of a last quarter.
Oh, here we go. What a great ball. And she's in behind.
Standing bit of skill by Neve McKenzie there, and just unable to connect with Fran Williamson. Jeez, it was a good a little bit of elimination there. She just flipped the ball over the stick of the defender with the old inside-out pop. Great to see a little bit of that sort of X-factor skill coming into the game with some of these players.
As you certainly see, there's a number of players here that have got some great one-on-one elimination skills.
Certainly something that separates these top teams from some of the others. It's just having those players who've got those little moments of brilliance. Well, we go into the fourth and final quarter, all locked up at 1-all. All knocked on at 1-all.
And actually, it's the table's turned a little bit. It's pretty even that last quarter.
Yeah, certainly not looking like one-way traffic now. So it's looking like a game that could go either way. Which is, from a neutral spectator's perspective, exactly what you want.
Exactly, and of course I've got to be neutral, having a foot in both camps, really.
Well, of course, this isn't the only hockey we're getting today. So, following this bronze medal playoff, it will be the final of Federation Cup. Christchurch Girls High School coming up against what would have to be said the heavily favoured St Cuthbert's side today. And then later on this evening, also being live streamed, it's the Vantage Black Sticks taking on Australia in the Oceania qualifiers. So those games, the women are on the Facebook page, New Zealand Hockey Facebook page, live streaming available at 6 p.m. Vantage Black Sticks women taking on Australia, and if they can win that game, will secure their ticket to the Tokyo Olympics.
And don't forget the men's game at 8 o'clock.
Game follows at 8 o'clock. New Zealand needing to try and get themselves back into the series after suffering a defeat to Australia in match 1.
But certainly some great hockey to watch. So, I'd encourage everybody to get online and make sure they're supporting the Black Sticks this evening.
As long as you've got unlimited internet at home.
Okay, here
live stream hockey all day.
Here we go. The last quarter, exciting times. 1-1-all. So up for some exciting things this quarter, I think.
It'll be interesting to see, just with a little bit of been a few times now umpires have stopped the game. There's a yellow card in there, so it'll just be interesting to see if we see cards becoming a factor in this last quarter.
I hope not. I think that both teams are playing with intensity, but I don't think there's been anything that would make me worry.
Although, just as you said that, it was a horrible reverse swinging tackle. And it probably deserved every bit of a yellow card. That it was very sloppy. Reverse stick over the top, and oh dear. And as you say, I don't think it was intentionally horrible. I just think it was very sloppy.
Yeah.
Now St Margaret's will enjoy a 5-minute period here of being out to player. Margaret's now. Sophie Calder on the ball at the back. James at right half.
Oh, nice. They're looking for the 1-2 passing now, which, as I say that, we hit long. I really think that if they can shorten the game up and do some 1-2 passing, then they'll be a lot more competitive, both teams.
They certainly, and when I've seen them this week, St Margaret's, they certainly do. There's a characteristic of their game. They connect well. They look to pass to one another. So, I would expect them to actually probably capitalise with this extra player out here now. It'll just be that much more easier for them to find each other over these next few minutes.
In saying that, certainly when Dio had the numerical advantage, they didn't use it. Here we
now.
Oh.
Well defended. Patterson laying it back to Calder. She's gone, we're going back for this one. But this time, Sapella Gill says, no, I'm not having that happen again. Swallows the overhead very nicely and starts to break downfield with the ball. Very well done.
Well done,
very
yes.
Good bit of play.
And Dio have got 2 players in behind. If they can get the ball through, there's great running and a nice speculator through.
Yeah, yet again, Lucy Ballantyne putting that ball on the back stick and just hitting just a beautiful pass across the field. Well, there's no one able to get on the end of it, but a very nice flat reverse stick pass. And Margaret's just shuffling off the ball as Calder. And get the ball as far as Meg James. Williamson sniffing an opportunity. Oh, it's a nice pass by.
Yes. Another beautiful flat back stick.
Sophie Calder. Overhead, yep. So Ballantyne has a good reach, but it's well tackled by Patterson. He's trying to find a pass forward. It's Neve McKenzie, but good tackle. Well here.
The idea was right, but Dio just read it.
Patterson looks for ball across field.
Oh, misdirected. Lovely rollout. Gave herself good space and probably just didn't need to get rid of the ball quite as quickly.
Advantage there. Good position well initially. But, just cleared a line, setting the ball downfield. So a little bit harder for Diocesan to press this effectively with a player down, so they've just fallen in a little bit here, allowing St Margaret's to bring the ball back towards them. Sophie Calder takes one hand off the stick and starts to gallop. And oh dear.
Oh.
Now, I'm not that sure that was as bad as it looked.
No, and it's another yellow card, so the 2 players on the naughty chair.
Well, say at the start of this quarter, I wonder if cards will become a factor, and that's certainly starting to be true. Diocesan now playing with 9 players. That starts to get hard.
Certainly does.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I have to say, look, I've seen hardly any yellow cards all week in this tournament. This game, we've had 3 in the second half. There's a bit of a replay of that card here as Calder runs forward. We'll just sort of see. And, dips in. I mean, perhaps.
Yeah, her body position wasn't great to make that tackle, but again, I don't think there was anything intentional in it.
Yeah, I mean, it may be the fact that there'd already been a yellow for it and they just decided to punish it again, but certainly wasn't as bad as the last one. So Margaret's will surely start to dominate a bit of territory and possession now with 2 players up. And they make it count. Not be too far away to. Oh, we've got one back on now, I think, so we're back to 10.
Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, couldn't quite get her feet onto it. Some desperate diving going on now.
A lot of players hitting the deck, isn't there?
I love to see a bit of intensity out there in the game.
Certainly no shortage of desire out there, which is great to see. Both teams really fighting hard for this bronze medal.
Nice little pop ball. Oh.
Chiswell there. Had to be well timed, that tackle, and I think it was. Margaret's, they're going for this one again. And,
I think that they need to stop that overhead. It's being a bit over.
Especially with a player up. I mean, then you could see the space on the left-hand side of the field there. If they just swung the ball round, they would be able to have a very easy circle entry. So it's certainly not a tactic that is required when you've got so much space to play in.
But here comes Dio, back on attack. And I've got a beautiful pass here, square ball. Is she going to give it? Oh. That hit St Margaret's foot, but lucky.
Second blatant foot St Margaret's have got away with in the game.
And I actually thought St Margaret's put that ball up as well, but...
Right here we've got the umpire stopping the game because of the injury to the face. So, yeah, I suspect that came off of St Margaret's stick. I mean, maybe it didn't, but it's been given to St Margaret's anyway.
So the tactic now would be to actually make the Dio girls run around, like move the ball. But Dio, to their credit, are going very well with a man down.
Yeah, they're starting to get some momentum back in this. And
it's a lovely little slip pass.
They don't make a sloppy tackle here.
And here's a great shot, but it's got underneath it too high.
Good advantage from the referee there. I think she was going to a whistle there for a free hit just outside the circle, or might have even been a penalty corner, but she saw that Isabella Gill still had the opportunity. There's that tackle there, sort of stick contact, played on. In a pretty good position to shoot in, but unfortunately for Isabella Gill and Auckland Diocesan, the ball sailed harmlessly over the crossbar. Some magic over there, putting it on the back stick. This will come into the circle, well defended. Jessica Wish. There's Lucy Valentine. She's been pretty solid today for Auckland Diocesan. Always looked dangerous with the ball. She breaks through another couple of tackles down the left-hand side, and here comes that reverse stick cross. This one, there wasn't really anyone in position to get on the end of that one.
Just need to put a bit more angle on it so it goes across the face of the goal, not this on the far side, not the near side.
Just also think, having praised that pass, sometimes you don't always want to do it because she'd actually kind of got round them and maybe could have run herself into the circle.
Yeah, I'd like to see her mix it up a little bit more.
Still playing with one down. There are, like they have been for almost this entire quarter.
So 5.5 minutes left and still 1-1.
Close to getting that player back though, Auckland Diocesan, so done pretty well to not really concede much in the way of any opportunities during this period where they've had
that's right, and
one or two players off. Graham Williamson, a good little trap on that. Oh, great little bit of skill, threatening to come inside and then going out. That's a difficult ball because it was bobbly. Well done by Lucy Roberts. She's won it back and made a great little pass into the circle here. This is... Margaret's coming down the baseline, unable to find the pass.
Yeah, goalkeeper came out and cut the angle down, which was good.
Margaret's found an easy option there, and Auckland Diocesan were just having a holiday. I just don't think Nuska Chiswell quite realised how much time and space she had to just receive that and have what would have been a free shot.
So here they come again. Whoa.
Saved.
Great save, great shot.
Gill.
Yeah.
Dyson just starting to do a little bit like what St Margaret's doing in the first little period of this game, where they're getting 16-yard free hits and just hitting them straight back to St Margaret's when it's not. And here's an
And that's a great pass. Okay, Dyer have got plenty back there in numbers though, but
Play by Niska Chiswell. Well done.
okay.
Yeah, and that was just Diocesan getting caught out heavy on the feet there, and Chiswell did a really good job of just threatening to come on the inside, flat-footed the defender, and then able to go around her on the reverse and earn a simple penalty corner. Just Diocesan are starting to look pretty tired out there at the moment.
They certainly are, but probably with one down for most of the quarter, they've had to do a bit of extra running.
Thing is that play's still actually off. I wonder if that card was I didn't see when she went off. But anyway, we're back with penalty corner action. So Margaret's is second of the match.
Whoa. And yeah, bit of a scramble there for Diocesan to get it out. As you say, they've just now taken a quick hit and given it away again. So St Margaret's back on attack.
That was an easy one to get right too. It was hard to get that wrong, and they got it wrong because it was an easy outlet and they could have relieved pressure, but now they find themselves back behind the ball again.
That's a great pass. Didn't have a lot of support though. Oh, she's still got it.
This is Fulton and here we have a pretty physical tackle from Surridge, and
I think she's certainly questioning it.
Let's just see the
Good to see the
replay.
replay.
What happened is Fulton down the outside.
Oh,
and
yep.
I
No,
don't
she
think
clearly
there
missed the ball, didn't she? So
I don't think there's any question of that.
yep.
And it's one of the stranger rules I find in hockey. So that because that was a penalty corner, it's then deemed significant enough to not warrant a card. But of course, Auckland Diocesan made a similar kind of tackle on the other side of the field, and then they have to play without someone for 5 minutes. I'm just baffled as to why both those things can't be the case.
So less than 2 minutes on the clock, and Dyer have a chance to take the lead.
So this will be a drag flick. Watson layoff. Well defended. Oh, and a counter-attack coming.
Counter-attack if they go.
Come to Plunkett, and she fires a pass, but it's been intercepted. A little shave tackle coming in. That's at a foot. And St Margaret's now with Nushka Chiswell. She's not 5. I'm unsure why Auckland Diocesan did not flick that at the goal after what happened on the last time they did. And elected to try and be a little bit tricky, and St Margaret's read it. And here they are on the break again. And it's Isabella Gill.
That's a great pass, and they've got a free player in the centre of the circle there. Desperate defence from St Margaret's.
Yeah, Sophie Calder doing a good job there of getting back and body on the line stuff. Final minute of play, and it's hit into the circle for 16. I thought that might have caught a St Margaret stick, but maybe not. So we've got 40 seconds. There may be one more chance for one of these sides here. If Diocesan can turn it over, and they have 30 seconds to play. Cleared for House. House tries to clear, and it's popped up off a stick. It's going to be St Margaret's ball, and we've got some sort of problem with chat, which a little bit of back chat there from the Diocesan.
So that's another card.
Green card there. And,
now just gone back to 11.
10 seconds to go. So I think we will see the clock run out here, and this is going to head to shootout. And that is where we are going.
1-1 shootout. The shootouts are always exciting, Lincoln.
Yeah, 60 minutes of hockey, not enough to separate these teams. 1-1. St Margaret's, very interesting match, Chris, wasn't it? Like, really...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're tied 1-1 full time. Please put your hands together for both teams as they prepare for the shootout.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting game, wasn't it? The first quarter, really Diocesan looked like they were going to run away with the match, but then St Margaret just clawed their way back into it more and more. A little bit of, you'd have to say, a bit of a lucky goal, really. Like, it was really more defensive error from Diocesan, which allowed it to happen.
Yeah, you'd think with all the possession that Diocesan had and the number of penalty corners that they might have been able to sneak ahead, but you've got to give some credit to the St Margaret's defence. They were pretty solid back there.
Yeah, they did a very good job, especially their penalty corner defence. And and then in the last quarter, Diocesan really their own worst enemies. A couple of clumsy challenges, and they almost played that whole quarter 1 or 2 players down, and it's pretty hard to win a match from that position. So. That'll be a lesson for them to just watch their discipline and the way that they do things.
So this will be a great shootout opportunity with the Diocesan goalkeeper being one of the New Zealand under-18 team, and also having Lucy Bannatyne that's in the New Zealand under-18s. And St Margaret's also have a couple of their strikers, Williamson and Chiswell, who are in the New Zealand under-18s.
Yeah, there's a bit of a collection. As you'd expect for teams that are at the centre of the tournament. There's 4 or 5 of them nationally recognised, and I will say having a national goalkeeper is certainly a big advantage, because you might have a national field player, but they're only going to be involved in 1 of the 5. The goalkeeper is going to do the whole job, so if she's good on the shootout, it's a huge, very big advantage to have. So bronze medal up for grabs here. 5 players from each team will come through to take 1 penalty each. Players have 8 seconds to score.
And
can prevent the ball from going in that 8 seconds. It will be, obviously won't be a goal. And,
exciting for spectators, but a terrible way to lose a tournament. But I guess we've got to have a winner at the end of the day, so we're back to square one, and we'll see what happens.
Certainly been a fair few shootouts this week as well. There's every single lot of playoff games going through in the draw, and sometimes there's not much to separate the teams, so we've seen a lot of shootouts this week.
Yesterday the second 11 tournament, the Chris Arthur, the St Margaret's lost on a shootout to Whangarei Girls in their final.
Successful tournament for Whangarei Girls. A pretty good tournament for them here as well at this Federation Cup. So they finished 5th today, winning 4-1 over Hamilton Girls in the 5th and 6th playoff, and retaining the Pat Barwick Shield, which they were holders of. So Whangarei Girls looking in good shape, finishing 5th at this tier, and then their second 11 winning the second 11 tournament.
So Lincoln, if you won the tosses, what would you choose to do? Would you defend or would you attack the shootout?
I never know quite what to do in these. I would often feel it's good to go first and back yourself to kind of put the other team under pressure.
Certainly as a striker, that's always my preference. Let's put one on the board. So Diocesan going to take the first shootout. And it is their captain, Izzy Gill.
Strong game, Izzy Gill. So she'll be looking to get her team off, stepping up the right foot here.
Oh, just got too close to the goalie. Good keeping.
It was good goalkeeping by Olivia Dyer. She just held her ground, and it was just a little bit strange that Izzy Gill just didn't realise where she was. I think you did right. She just got too close, and suddenly good use of her stick there from Olivia Dyer.
So who's the first for St Margaret's? Number 11, Lucy Roberts.
Roberts hails from Dunsandel. Just unable to regather and shoot, unfortunately.
Yep, a good attempt, and we did say that goalkeeper is the New Zealand under-18 goalkeeper, so she proved that she knew what she was doing in there.
Anna Ballantyne.
Oh, lovely bit of skill there.
She certainly sent Olivia Dyer sprawling, wrong-footed her, and made it look easy.
And that's the thing, when you do it well, it does look easy, but it's certainly not easy when you're out there.
So Iniskich as well, another national under-18 player, under a little bit of pressure here for St Margaret's.
Nice.
Does very well.
Yeah, very well.
Great bit of composure. Just little stick fake. Wrong-footed the goalkeeper and able to just slot it in. Very well taken shootouts. A couple of very good shootouts there from the respective sides. 1-1 after 2 apiece.
Mackenzie Robertson for Dio. Oh, good keeping.
Dio does well again. Of course, the St Margaret's coach, Sanjay Gunda, is a goalkeeper himself, so I'm sure he's been giving plenty of instruction to Olivia Dyer about what to be doing in these situations. Fran Williamson. New Zealand under-18 player stepping up for St Margaret's.
Yes, well executed goal.
She did well. I mean, she didn't do enough to create a free shot for herself, so she had to get it up off the ground. Because McElroy Foster knew where the ball was going, but just had to dive at it, so she was committed to the ground. So Dyson under pressure here. She's done it again, Olivia Dyer. She's again got out there with that long reach and just she's dived living early and managed to get it out of the circle. So this really...
Just these players are just getting a little bit too close to the goalkeeper and giving them an opportunity.
This is Geordie Plunkett now for St Margaret's. For the win. Oh, and she did everything. Just couldn't get it inside the post, and that keeps Dyson alive.
She had the goalkeeper beaten.
Certainly did, and so now Lucy Ballantyne has the chance to keep Dyson in it. But if she misses, it is game, set, match. And she's missed.
She missed.
And that reverse shot of hers, which is something that she does so well, has let her down in the shootout as it misses the right hand upright, and it's a body pile from St Margaret's on their goalkeeper Olivia Dyer. Has to be said, to be fair to it, did very well in the shootout and has won her side, along with some very well taken shootouts, a bronze medal.
And really disappointing for the Diocesan team. They played well today, and you know, as I said right at the start, it's always hard to lose on a shootout, but well done to both teams. Excellent game of hockey.
Yeah, good game of hockey, and it was good to see both teams. Sometimes it can be hard in a bronze medal playoff from coming back from the disappointment of not going through to the final, and both, to be fair to both teams, they really fronted today. And I certainly didn't see that result coming after the first quarter, because Diocesan really started so strongly. But full credit to St Margaret's, as you said earlier, Chris, they defended well when they had to. I said if they won this game that Sanjay would have his penalty corner defence to thank, and that would certainly be the case. They did a very good job of repelling a number of PCs that Diocesan had. But it's all smiles in the red and white camp down there of St Margaret's, as they are the bronze medalists of the Federation Cup.
So thanks for all those that joined today, and if you want to tune in, we'll be covering the final, which is St Cuthbert's versus Christchurch Girls High School.
Well, thanks very much, and we'll enjoy the final coming up soon.